time to head towards Mr. Freeze. Actually, I'm just going to do a quick upgrade. Let's do environmental analysis. What the hell is that? Oh. We should upgrade.
So last time on TurnipBomb, I decided on a name.
Oh yeah, for what's her face?
Jennifer Blake.
Right, Jennifer Blake's digital or superhero or villain name. So what was it?
Jadiac.
Jadiac. That's pretty bizarre.
Well, you know, you got the jade because it's like green for the kryptonite running through her veins. Green kryptonite running through her veins. She didn't even have blood. And then Batman, like Bruce and Lex, whether they like him or hate him, they respect the intellect and cunning of Brainiac. And so she's jade for her coloring of her blood and interactive clone. Because she's a clone, as we established.
What interactive clone? What the hell does that mean?
I don't fucking know. It's a name. Jadiac. That's what she's going by. Now we gotta think of her powers, abilities, skills. I think her number one, like, reliable ability would be her mind, like her intellect. And, like, detective work. And probably explosive force.
So wait, can we run down of her powers?
I'm making them up right now.
Oh, okay. So wait, so what was it again?
I think her number one has to be her intellect. Coming from the genes of Luthor and Batsy.
Right. So she's brilliant, but why is she fighting crime?
Who said she's fighting crime?
Or fighting good, whatever.
Because she's been brought up. Well, she knows who she's from, like who made her, and
so she just has to, like.
She has to go one way. Well, she doesn't have to, but it's like eventually some cataclysmic thing pushes her one way or the other. But yeah, as far as like power, she must. I think she would just be naturally gifted with all the martial arts skills that Batman knows, like just from his genes. Just she wouldn't ever have to be taught; she just know instinctively. And then, well, she could easily beat up Super. Like the whole point was, she was basically created to stop Superman, right? Mm-hmm. And so she could stop him. And then once she stopped him, either in the game, I guess, either he'd convince her to go to the side of good, or she'd be so thrilled that she beat the hell out of him that she'd be like, I want to do this to all the good guys, you know? And her powers, I mean, she'd already have every martial art known to man except for one.
Just from her genetics?
Yeah.
How is that? How do you, like, learn that genetically?
I don't know, comic book science.
Alright.
And just, yeah, and she wouldn't, I guess they could give her other superpowers, but she wouldn't really need it. She'd have the super intellect of those two, plus Superman can't touch her. And yeah, and she has all the martial arts skills. So her main bad guys would be like all the good guys.
So she's straight up evil then?
No, she doesn't like how the good guys are going about things.
She's an anti-hero.
So in her way of thinking, the good guys are doing things like wrong. like wrecking the city. They should be held accountable. And she's the one that's going to hold them accountable.
Okay, so she's like a Red Hood-esque character.
Yeah, but she's Jadiac.
I get that she's Jadiac.
And she should have some kind of like weapon or something.
She needs a weapon?
Yeah, why not? Like a weapon of choice, maybe, or just...
This is not good.
Probably blades. Or wait, what's her costume like? She got like cape situation or like ninja-esque, like Nightwing kind of thing, unencumbered.
No, she just wears yoga pants and a bra.
Yoga pants and a bra.
Yeah. She's so smart. She could dodge any bullet. I guess the kryptonite in her blood would somewhat, if you go by certain logic or lore, would just make her somewhat have like augmented strength.
You recognize my voice?
Victor Zach.
And resistant to things. So
I'm so happy
like
you
not
remember
invulnerable
me.
like Superman or whatever, but yeah, plus she has the intellect to
Special
dodge
game
bullets.
planned, Batman. A game just for you.
And yeah.
God, my suit's pretty beat up already.
Her main villain, or person like against her or whatever, would probably be Dr. Fate.
Jesus Christ.
Because the way she figures, he's the only one that has the abilities to oppose her mentally. Her actual goal is, like most of Dr. Fate's guys, is to get his helmet, but not to put it on.
So,
To
what? Why does... So she has a beef with Superman,
no, she was made to beat Superman. She's already beaten him.
and then she gets just a personal vendetta with Dr. Fate because he's powerful?
Well, she's kind of like, yeah. Well, she's kind of like that. What's his name? Android in Justice League, and he just travels the universe and shit. And
She's like as mythic and epic as Professor Ivo's android.
more so. And yeah. And she could have a suit or whatever to go into space or whatever, and she could have a lantern ring if she wanted, because she could steal it.
Yeah, that kind of goes against everything the Lantern Rings do.
So she's so smart she can make it work anyways.
It's not an intellectual thing.
Doesn't matter. She'd figure it out. And
She sounds really OP, and I would not read these comics.
yeah, so we need a way to stop her.
So then you'd have to just invent someone else, like, invincibly powerful, just to deal with her.
No, I feel like she doesn't like peanut butter, and one day somebody secretly gives her a peanut butter sandwich, and it kills her.
Why would that kill her if she just doesn't like it?
Because I don't know.
It's not an allergy, it's just a preference. Like, I don't know, if I was given something I didn't like, I wouldn't like it, but it wouldn't kill me.
But I feel like she would hate that she had it in her mouth so much that she would just give up the life, whether it be good or bad.
That's very extreme.
Well, and if you think about it, her whole premise is like DNA from two people that are pretty OP and named after someone who's pretty OP, so Yeah. She's OP.
So that's how that works.
She can't time travel or anything.
Yet.
Yeah, I guess she could always, like, figure out that ability. She's so smart.
Well, she could just get a Legion ring.
Oh, yeah. Or she could just, I don't know, go on Flash's back.
Go on his back.
Because the thing about Jadiac...
Jadiac. It sounds like just a Kodiak bear. It sounds like some sort of like... Whoa, this guy just like gave up.
Her main thing is that she's... Like what she's about is like she's really smart, but like her what she does is like she's irresistible to men.
You can have it, Batman. I'm safe and sound here, Mom, you see him. Try and get me if you like. I've got plenty
They all
of
just
right
want right in her legs. Like,
started right now.
and so that's how she get on the Flash's back.
That doesn't sound
Like, hey, you want some of this? I want it on your back.
Have you retrieved the cure from Mr. Freeze?
There were complications. Penguin has got his hands on Freeze and trapped me in the GCPD building.
I know you're making him do the circles, but it really makes it seem like he's
Thanks for reminding me.
when he's talking to Alfred, he's just losing his mind.
Alfred! Alfred! Get me off this ride!
I'm downloading the unlock codes right now.
Oh, it's a good thing I had those. Oh yes, for this panel that I tried to open earlier.
Good old Jessica Blake.
Jennifer.
Oh fuck. Maybe her alias is Jessica.
Yeah, that's a real good alias.
Remember that show Alias?
Yeah, I do. It was okay.
It was alright. I used to watch it with my parents when I was young.
Next time on TurnipBomb, we're gonna go find Mr. Freeze.